Okay, today's idea of the day is that banks need to be fair with the way that they clear funds, and specifically electronic funds. Because the way it is right now, most people aren't aware, they're taking advantage of consumers by trying to rig the system. And this sounds like it would be unfair, illegal, but they actually rig the system in a way that specifically earns them the most fees. And it's not just a minor change. This is actually pretty drastic. And let me give you an example. Let's say you have $500 in the bank, just to use nice, square, easy to remember numbers. You have $500 in the bank. And you then go out and you just spend your day. You go into a store, you spend $10. No problem. You get cleared, you're done. Another item, $10, $10, $10, $10. At the end of, let's say, lunch, you've now spent $100, which is fine. You had $500 in the bank, right? You spent $100, $10 at a time. So you have 10 transactions of $10 each. Adds up to $100, right? You got the math so far. On your way home, something happens. Something goes wrong with your car. Now you have to have it fixed. But that costs $500. Well, you have an overdraft feature on your bank. Most banks do that. So you go and you have your car fixed, and they swipe the card. Boom. That's your. Now this, keep in mind, is your 11th transaction of the day, and no problem. You're out of the door. Now, obviously, you didn't have $570 in the bank. You had $500. So they're going to give you an overdraft, right? So you would think, all right, $35. You're going to be down $35 for that. That's not the way the banks do things. See, the banks actually clear the money. Not in chronological order, the way you actually did it, but they actually flip it and sort it with the highest amount first. Ooh, big difference, right? So now your first transaction was for $500, which puts you at your limit. Now those other 10 transactions, which were $10 each, which otherwise would have cleared, are each going to get a $35 fee, adding essentially another $350 in fees. So the bank, all they had to do was reverse it to put the highest amounts first so that all your smaller transactions at the end won't be clearing. So instead of sorting them naturally, which is the order you did it, or as a courtesy, maybe sorting them in the reverse order, they sort things with the highest amount first. And that will always result in more fees for them and an unfair way of doing things. So if they want to do this right and fair, at the least they could do it is in a chronological order. But if they really wanted to be fair to their customers, they would sort out the small amounts first. So all those little $10 purchases would have made it through. And only the large transaction at the end would have gotten a $35 fee. So if they do things in a fair way, your fees for the day would be $35. But because of the way they do things now, that same day is $350 in fees. And that's why they need to change this to be fair. And that's today's idea of the day. So hey, I hope you liked today's idea of the day. And while you're still there, click the little subscribe links in the corners. That would be the greatest thing in the world. Because if you do, you'll see a brand new idea each day. And I promise you, some of them don't suck.